Either Levi is decomposing and moving, causing earthquakes, or Levi is thawing out and awakening from hibernation, causing earthquakes. But one thing we can all agree on is that Levi existed. And if Levi is the size of 3 continents, you have to question everything you was ever taught throughout your entire life. Now, let's talk about it. So you don't believe that the Leviathan is alive, but you do see that it is a serpent that once could have lived, that is still the size of multiple continents. Can we all agree on that? So one or two things is happening right now. Either this thing is warming up, and ever since April 8th, I don't care what nobody's saying, TikTok, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Ever since April 8th, and that new sun has been white, bright, and extremely hot in the sky, we've been melting a lot of ice, people. And one of two things is happening. Either this thing is thawing out and coming back to life, which makes sense because of how hot the water is starting to warm up. If this is a fire-breathing dragon and it is breathing heat across the water, we're going to have heat across the water, people, and it's going to continue until it stops. If it breathes up under the water, we're going to have heat under the water. If it takes a breath out and breathes out under the water, we're going to have heat under the water, correct? Or it could be decaying from the death. And the decay from the death has it moving. But it was just an earthquake yesterday in a place called the Dragon's Mouth, Venezuela, in which I found the second head. Maybe it's just a coincidence. And then the first, Levi, whom which we found the first down by South America, that's called Drake's Passage. Drake means dragon. And you remember when they told us that they created the Panama Canal? Because that was one of the worst places where the seas are the roughest at throughout the Dragon's Passage. Maybe that's why they don't go through the Dragon's Passage and they created the Panama Canal. Because there is still you have everything from South Chile all the way up, all the way around to Colombia, you know, that still has to get supplies. So at some point, Drake's Passage could be a shorter distance to travel through. All right. But they don't. They travel through the Panama Canal. You know, so maybe these are just coincidences. But we can all agree that that is a serpent, the size of a continent, multiple continents. And whether it's alive or it's dead, it did live at some point, which means that we don't live on a ball. We're not, probably more than likely, nowhere near the smartest creatures on this planet. Because if something the size of 3 continents can live, and we're so small that it couldn't even see us, even if it created a microscope, it still wouldn't see us, it'll make you question everything.